another day, another chance. Today I'll be discussing to you all about like chapter 5. I'll be pretty much breaking it down, and I'll be pretty much going over the logistics and the fundamentals of chapter 5. So you can pretty much like head over to my H.T.M.X crash course book, and yeah, I'll be discussing to you all. Let's get to it, Okay. Right. Form inline validation. Let's do a project on inline validation where we want to validate a form's email address to make sure it's formatted correctly. We'll show the validation message directly under that input. Okay, again, let's start a fresh new index page with a basic form from Bootstrap. So it's the forms overview. So this is the Bootstrap that we want to import, right? So this is the form that we want to import here. That form is responsible for what you see here: email address, user, password, yada yada yada. Okay. When the user types in the email and clicks outside or goes to another field, it should validate the email and highlight to the user if that email was valid or not. So let's add the input. Label class form label email address. So this pretty much is the input if you want to see this. We add HX post and set that to email. Note that email is not for form submissions, just for the email field validation. When you type in the email field, that's out of it, makes a request to email for the email validation. Okay, so let me head over to my HTMX. To my HTMX, I'm going there now. Okay, so so for my HTMX, right, for chapter 5, I've got this is the Bootstrap that we've pretty much took. So every time you put shift exclamation mark enter, this is gonna show up. All of this is gonna show up. You got your body, your div elements, which is class, div class container. Then you got your heading, h1 form inline validation, div class mb3 hx target this. So this is the target, right? And then this is gonna do an hx swap, which is out of HTML. And then you got your labels, input, email, class, form control, name. So obviously the HX is very important here because it allocates what and where what's being referred to and where it's gonna be referred to. So yeah. So div class mb3, label class, form label, password, input type password, form control, div button type submit, class btn primary submit button, form div script source. So this is the source that you're going to be referring to, the Bootstrap. Then here's the integrity of that source. And then cross origin is synonymous. So you got constant app use, express.static, app use, So this is pretty much like the stuff that you've got for your app, right? Pretty much just logistics that you need for your app. Loading. Come on. So this pretty much is the formatting for your email. This is how your email needs to be set up. It's pretty much the body, right, of your email. Body, and then if email regex is submitted, right, then test, right, submit email, return, if this is the case where the if statement pretty much reads out this, return send. It's much you must return email class form control name. So this is pretty much referring to the HTML. Let's see here. So type form control. So this is pretty much referring to the email. So you can see the relationship between the two. Actually, alert, successful alert, a valid email, thank you, div. Or else submit email, please enter a valid email address. So you need to submit a valid email address that pretty much has the same formatting as email regex, right? So the parameter needs to measure the email regex, which is this. So this needs to be measured under the same formatting. So you got your email, you add an email dot, etc. So if it's not in that formatting, it's going to return the else statement, which is going to be invalid email, please enter a valid email address. So if it returns this in this formatting, it's going to return a valid email, thank you. So that's what's going to be returned. So that's going to be the case. And the package JSONs are pretty much dictionaries with keys and values. This pretty much takes up the name, the version, the log file version, the requirements, the packages of the whole project, and pretty much stores it up, for us and the computer to know, and for the online service to pretty much understand what's being read out here. And then for server, right? For your server, you got your app listener. This is pretty much for your terminal. So let's say you got your app listener. So let's say, for example, you made like improvements and you made like adjustments and you pretty much put up new stuff for like in your terminal and for your project. I heard disrespectful. You make new stuff for your project, right? So what it does is it listens for updates and then it loads the stuff on your terminal. And as soon as it loads this stuff on your terminal, it returns. As soon as it loads stuff on the terminal, it pretty much sends a notification or updates to your web browser that you got new files, and and those new files pretty much get loaded up onto your web browser. Then you got constant log. So this is for your server. This is for your server to pretty much recognize all the files and all the modules that you've written down. Recognize that. Run that on the terminal. Run everything on the terminal via this server is running on port colon 3000. So yeah, that's what it is. So chapter 5, uh chapter 5, come on now. Yeah. Okay, so chapter 5. Uh, npm right, install. Okay, I have to install npm now. Okay, sorry for that. npm install, come on. Oh wow. Okay. I'm just running an install now. Yeah, okay, so let's run that install. Let's go over the book. So next in the div above the, so we add each x target this and also each x swap to out, we will each x swap to outer HTML. We'll get the HTML response from email that has a message indicating if it's a valid email or not and use it to replace the whole div. We will come back to explain this later. For now, let's create the email route in our backend server. .js. In server.js, add you first get the submitted email request by the email, then you use your regular expressions, right? Okay, our npm has been stored now, right? So npm fund, come on now. Npm fund. Yes. npm fund, right? Come on now. Let's fund the damn thing. Come on now. Yeah, sorry for the. Yeah, my CPU is actually slow. This is not a supercomputer. This is actually a home computer with this So the Intel Celeron CPU, so that's not great news, if you know what I mean. If you understand the English coming out of my mouth, that's not great news. So okay, audit fix. Audit fix. Wake up, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Wait. Okay, come on, bro. Bro, my CPU, come on, bro. I should have done this before I record this video, but anyways, yeah, that's swag, it's very swag. Come on now, come on, come on. Okay, so once that's been done, so add in bold, so reject submitted email like that, right? Code explanation, res.send, right? We'll output all the current elements in the div, i.e. the label, the input. We can just copy paste from index.html. We also add the input because we want submitted email stay in the input. String audit fix. Damn, bro, what? Okay. Right, okay. So, note start. But I'm just waiting for it to run. Okay, service running on port. Okay, so service running on port 3000, local host. Okay, dokie. Man, do I regret not doing this before the video? Man, do I regret this? Okay, no problem. So that email is valid, okay? But we target it in index.invalid email. Uh, okay. Right, okay, no problem, no problemo. Just gonna be waiting, just gonna be waiting. This might consume a lot of my, this might take, this is gonna take a long time actually. It's gonna take a long time. Man, do I regret doing this in my doing this before the video. Okay, so whilst that's loading, form inline validation, and then when you could tweak this example, see if an email exists or not in the database. I hope these emails show you how HTMX will work. We got it now. So let's say, for example, valid email. You can see here. So as soon as you type this in, it's gonna return. So HTML is pretty much for like your front end, pretty much what you see on the web browser. Server.js, your back end, is pretty much the functionality of what it takes for you to pretty much run your project, pretty much run your full stack, right? So it's pretty much the back end to run the stuff on the front end. So as you can see, form inline validation. So as you can see here, valid email. So as you can see on your server wants you to return like a div class, which is an alert, which alert success role alert. So this, which is an alert, once in an alert, right? So that's gonna be alert success. And it's gonna be now green, alert, valid email, thank you. And then if it's an invalid one, so it's gonna be alert danger role alert. So alert danger can be written on red. So let's say, for example, I did this. Invalid email. So as you can see here, your alert danger is gonna be written on red. So this is gonna be invalid email. Please enter a valid email. So that's what you're gonna be seeing here. Whereas if it had to be this valid email, thank you, 123 111, submit, voila. So that's what you're gonna be seeing. So yeah, that's about it actually. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for your time. Until next time, take care and the Lord bless. Thanks. The Lord bless. Thank you. Thanks. Is the thing still on? Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.